Oscar Slap. What is good? Just getting situated here, fellas. What a day, what a day, what a day. Jeez. It's good, y'all. Yeah. Can't handle the bar. Yo. Oscar Slap in here. Came across this deal here. So let me make sure we're on the right page here. So first of all, why we are here, title of the track, due to our friend in the chat over here, Champ Flexington. Yeah. So this Halo 2 right now that just came out is $50, right? So the trial is pretty weak. You know, the trial is I think this is the one that has noise, or it has dropout every 10 minutes or something like that. Or only 10 minutes. I don't know. I forget which. Whatever it is. Champ Flexington to the rescue here. So we have the lite version, which isn't anywhere. It's exclusive. It's a bit more than the trial, less than the full blown, but enough to affect a decision on whether or not it'd be worth it to pay $50 for this plugin. And as we're talking about $50 for a synth plugin, in walks in Oscar Slap with the deal. Whoosh! Pigments for $50. I didn't take the other one either. So, where's the other one? Let's open this in a new tab and just go with I guess the V9, right? That's the other one. You want your shine? Here, you got it, buddy. Where is it? Oh, I guess I have to spell Arturia. 1-800-Druidia. Where is it? Well, maybe if I just put in Arturia for all of it. All right. I think it'll do it. Just looking over here. That's giving me all kinds of hardware options. What kind of rabbit hole are you taking me down? Product type, simple, virtual. Well, that doesn't help either. I guess it'd be brand new. Open box. Okay, so if I could just find that damn thing. Are those limited? V Collection 9. I can't just call it a V9. Alright. Making me put my coffee down for this. Okay. Sure I got it right? Psh. Look at this. What? Read more. Yeah, I want to read more. There's this V collection, Arturia V collection, the whole thing. It says $50 right here. That is insane. Let me read the fine print over here, make sure that it's all everything. No, it's just going through the whole thing. That's all it does is go through everything that it comes with. Which I wasn't even gunning for this, but at this price, yeah, 92% off for sure. Oscar Slap's got the plug over here. We're over here talking about some new Halo for $50, and then he hits us with the Pigments 4 for $50, and we're like, okay, so I think just on site, Pigments 4 is better than Halo. I don't know, but I've seen a lot more of Pigments than I have Halo, so we're gonna get into it and check it out. But like, cast these things aside over here, throw it in the dumpster, throw it in the gutter, and go buy another, as the song says. You mean to tell me you could get the V Collection 9 for $50 right now? What? Yeah, you see those Akai tabs open. You don't get Pigments, but well, yeah, I know. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. Like, I want Pigments, but $50 for the V Collection? Psh, Pigments is always going to go on sale for $50. This ain't never going to go on sale for $50. It's hard to wrap my mind around the legitimacy of this deal and whether or not it's actually real. Speaking of which, I think we got about $4 on the ish. So we can't get it. So I guess it's time for, time to plug my ish like Curtis King. So enough with the stuff. I mean, I guess if you get the preset pack, but you guys are all in my Discord, so in our Discord. Where's my thing at? Plugin Fund. Okay, it's the third tab over. So the Plugin Fund, I got Halo on here, and I did put the Pigments on there for the $50, but I didn't put the V Collection in there. But there's this other thing right here. I'm telling you guys, I ain't got the money for any of this right now, and I won't. Yeah, I got bills to pay on the first. It ain't coming up either. So, all right, that's enough of my Curtis King ish over here. Oh, we'll get into that later. We won't talk about Bruno. But yeah, V Collection 9, $50. Pigments, $50. Halo, $50. Whatever shall we do? Well, we ain't got no money, so that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be up to y'all if we're gonna do anything here. We're just here to party, SA. We got thanks to Champ Flexington over here. I already have it pulled up, so let's get in the DAW view and get a little something. Woo! Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Jesus Christ. We doing this tonight? Is this what we're doing over here? Is this what's happening on these synth streets? I know today's been all about Akai, but, this is stuff within reach in the digital world. You get effect immediately. That's upon opening the plugin right here. This is Halo Lite. You can see in the O over here on the Halo, there's a little L that looks like a clock, as in, hey, clock's ticking. Here's your light. It says over here, you can see it. It says Halo 2, L2, thanks to Champ Flexington in the house. So, Oscar Slap, yeah. So Champ says, I've been using more of the V Collection 9 lately. Dude, at that deal, yeah, we're about $46 away from that. All right, so let's see what this halo is about regardless. We were curious about this halo before our friend over here presented us with this fantastic gift to figure out whether or not it's going to be worth it for the full version. This will definitely get you going to figure it out. And one thing it bills itself as a high-powered sound design tool. I just hear blah, blah, blah. I got some tussin for that ass. That's what I hear. So, yeah, we'll talk about the rest later, okay? Maybe we'll save it for a rainy day. Okay, so here's a search menu over here. Leads, here's all the stuff. I guess it's just limited in what they have. Yeah, I'm sure of course they gotta have like way more than that amount. But it's a nice mix. Sequences, arpeggiators, synth section. Okay, yeah, so it's enough to get started and do some cool stuff. So I guess we'll just start in the bass and work our way down. Yes, is that what we'll do? Hey. Is that the first one? Hold on. Let me make sure we got it right here. Sounds promising. We'll do a little playing as soon as I finish my coffee here. Interesting. That'd be good for some head. Shoot. Put my table closer to me. Oh, you could just take them down here? Okay. Sounds like bass in a can. That's a good one. And the sea of Schwartz is as big as mine. Punch you in the face. Bet it's missing some menus too. We'll get into it. Tyrone Cellars, what is good? Halo 2 came out and we have this discount pigments and V collection happening. But we're just checking out the light version that Champ Flexington hooked us up with to see and whether or not it's even worth it to have. It sounds legit, but I'm picky. $50 is expensive. Especially if I could get pigments right now, because we don't have pigments. And something that I would like to have. That said, the V collection, also $50? No, that's weirdly inexpensive. I'd be willing to wait until the next fall or winter sale for pigments to go on sale for $50 and grab that V collection. Even though I wouldn't use it for a while. It's cool, I say. After this, we'll get our talk about the. See, we're already in the leads and pads. We'll get our talk about the new MPC. Yep. LD. Larry David Exile. Just like a chorded with a pop. I wonder if that translates on the other side. There's a chord playing in the background. I mean, sounds are dope. Some of them are a bit thinned out, but you could change that here with the filters and whatnot. See, this is the kind of thing right here that makes it so ridiculous that Skydust 3D is running for what, $350 on sale, and it's going to be whatever it's going to be after that, because you have other plugins that are significantly cheaper that all have the same elements that you could affect sound design wise, so they're not really offering much uniqueness as far as the way of things go, other than the GUI and, you know, having the primary focus be the spatial audio. You know, you could still, you know, kind of achieve a similar result over here, but yeah, I just don't see the price tag justification on the Skydust 3D at this point, especially because you can't play half of them because it's so processor heavy and it locks you into the C drive no matter where you have your VSTs stored. So, RAM, what is good? So we got some craziness going on here. Champ Flexington hooked us up with this Halo Lite over here, so it's better than the trial, which the trial was only it was like periodic dropouts in audio every minute. It was 10 seconds of dropout, so it wasn't really a point to it. But then as we got this and installed it and got everything ready for today, you know, not just with the, you know, stuff going on with the Akai madness, but our friend Oscar Slap was like, boom, Pigments 4, $50. But this is the more interesting one. This one right here, Arturia V Collection 9, also $50, 92% off. So shout out to Oscar Slap for being a beast out here on these plugin deals, because this right here, it looks unreal. This is insane. So we were going to start this episode with the difference between this and this, because Halo 2 and Pigments 4 are now essentially going for the same price. So as we started the show over here, oh, you know what? You're watching something else. You could only see parts of it. Oh, well, you could see enough. As we started the show here and going over to the plugin donation part over here. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, y'all. Get to the right one, stupid. So we already put it on the list. Halo 2 50, Pigments 50. Because we got like 4 in our pile right now. But yeah, so, God, $50, it's like, okay, so is this worth it? That's, I guess you'll be able to tell after we get through this little demo here, but is it Pigments 4 worth it? Better yet, is it V Collection 9 worth it? Well, that's ridiculous. What are we talking here? Sorry, I cut off a bunch of the screen. Yeah, it's crazy. So anyways, we're just going through this and seeing what's good. And yeah, getting the word out. Getting Oscar Slap his flowers for being on the hunt. This sounds good though. Good coffee. Site is that on? Hold on, let me get it real quick. Let me get you on the right view because you were on this other view over here. Let me get you on the on the full mode, man. All right. Dun dun dun. Pro Audio Star. And somebody was asking in the thread here about the legitimacy, but Champ Flexington and Oscar Slap have both purchased from this place before, and yeah, shit's legit. Some real Cambodian. I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna go there. But yeah, I mean, so this is the thing, like, as much as I probably wouldn't use this right away because of the UVI stuff, $50? Are you insane? Everybody's already got this. Everybody's got it but me. Pro Audio Star, yep. Gotten a 49 key MIDI controller and some headphones, other random music stuff throughout the years. Yeah, I mean, it's a third party, hardware and software, mostly hardware from what I see. So that could be the reason they had a specific amount of licenses to get rid of, and they haven't been able to get rid of them because, I could speculate all day. It looks like oh, no, we're not going there yet. You didn't see nothing. You didn't see anything. All right. Back to the Halo. Hey ho. Alright. Kablamo. Shout out to the full cup of coffee. This is a half a pot. In this glass holds a half a pot. And I already drank a glass. My pleasure. You could thank Oscar Slap for that one because, yeah. I hope you don't mind me sharing Oscar Slap, but it seemed in the Discord or in the Instagram that you wanted it shared. You're like, why aren't more people talking about it? Well, I know we're a wee bitty channel, but all right. Let's get going. My bad. Well, like I said, we're a wee bitty channel. Nobody's listening to us but us, so. And most of us have this. I'm like the only one who doesn't have pigments. Hey, I could have got it, but there was a Cherry Audio release. So, ergo my options at the time. Oh, we're at the start of the pads that the Lite has. Yeah, this is way limited, but still, it's better than it dropping out every 60 seconds. For 10 seconds, too. How are you going to drop out for 10 seconds? That's a long dropout. Alright, let's do 2-chordy pad. Now just imagine if I had like 20k or 100k subscribers, the word would get out. Why are more people talking about it? They are. Nope, not air. As a matter of fact, even those within our own group aren't going to know about it. That's how small this group is. Take this off. Is that all it's going to do? Whichever one I click, it's going to be like, hey! Middle of the screen. Sloth. Not a pad. Just because you turn the release up doesn't make it a pad, okay? It's cool. Definitely sounds the ish. Meh. Oh, it was a stab. It was a ST. Oh, sequences. Here we go. Not a fan of these sequences. Stretched. Part of the Yeah. Bravo. He said, I think I'll use a firm to get the Arturia V Collection 9. What was that? 3 payments, $17.99. Shout out to you, my friend. Hey, at least you got the credit for it. Because my shit's trash. It'd be like $50. We want half the deposit. Be like, sorry, I can't do it. I think out of the two, I want to have pigments, but it's like I said, at that price, it's like I'll throw pigments away and save it for another time. As far as the way they stack up, I don't think this really holds a candle to pigments, to be honest with you. I know it's limited, but you know, it's like I said at the beginning, it's enough to figure out whether or not it's worth it. I'm not saying the full version isn't worth it. I'm just saying when you're comparing it to other tools. All right, let's keep going. We're not gonna give up, guys. It's cool to have all the stuff. Like, I get it. It's fine. Whatever. It's just, this thing takes you to it. Okay. Yeah, and you could throw your samples in here, but, like, you could do that with Cube. Cube's a sampler. And, yeah, we'll get into that because the last business I have with the spatial audio Skydust is comparing it to others that you know, you could achieve the same result for a much cheaper price. But it's not all about cost, you know. It's like Falcon cost more and it's worth every penny. If you're going to put that up there with the elites, you got to do more than just have some flash and a pen over here. Unless the trial that we had is really limited. Either way, it takes up too much processor. You can't practically play it. Now I like that. I'm always a fan of those sub drops. Those always come in clutch for live show performances. I always like sneaking those in, even if they didn't have them in the song. Synth. I mean, it's cool. It sounds okay, but it doesn't have that. It doesn't have that pith. See, and these are all sounds that, like, I adjust. The contrast is that Cherry Audio Mercury 6, because I have that whole thing that I just have fresh in my mind of playing and what the sounds are. It's not just the unique reverb properties. It did a really good job with that. I'm not saying they didn't do a good job with this. I'm just saying. I could better sub out a submarine. Just saying. See how long it takes to jump off the cliff. Gonna go? Gonna go? Is it gonna go on the edge? Nope. Alright, what I was looking at was this right here. So just with these things over here. Just throws it over top. Most of these separate synths aren't time stretched either. So. Which fine, but if you want to play, you want to play. Trying to play sound effects and beat them together. You could make it playable, affect the attack a little bit. That's it. Right. Yep. Okay, so it's kind of the experience I thought it would be for the lite version. It's like, do I want to play with these other things in here? Does it really matter? Should I want to play with the step sequencer? Should I want to play with the envelope? Should I want to mess with the effects? You know, I have this whole phantom here, and the majority of time, even though I love the old knobby twisty, it's, you know, I don't use those very often because what you have to do to program them in afterwards, there's not a solid workflow to just do it real quick. I mean, it's okay, but you got to kind of take your time and dial it in. So doing it on the fly with the knobs is just not something that is fun with that. So just because you have the ability to affect these differences doesn't separate it, doesn't make it stand out above the rest. That is for certain. So overall, if anybody wants my opinion as a semi-synth guy who's been getting into it and having these practical uses for them, as far as things go, I would say no on this one for $50. I mean, yes, they probably There's a lot more to it. But it's not a no because of the sounds, even though that is a part of it. Creax, what is up? Broccoli Gang. So glad MP6 said out of the way now. Disappointed. Yeah, it's funny you should mention it. We're about to get into that real quick. Because I got some response about this whole thing. And yeah. As far as this goes, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, per se. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just when you consider the other things that are out there, and you know what? If I'm going to be honest, there is something wrong with it. There's a sound quality to it. And the sound quality to it, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm saying that for a $50 plugin, I understand they got all this stuff here and they got all these ways to affect change. But when the overall sound, the girth of it, is missing from it, even though there's these nice patches that sound heavy, they're still a bit tinny overall. You could change that with the options here, but no matter how you change something, there is always an underlying sound. Kai's got an underlying sound. Roland has an underlying sound. Yamaha, they all have it. They all have. Cherry Audio's got their underlying signature sound. All the DAWs have it. Some less than others. Some are more true to life, flat frequency. Others are have a little bit different in the high end to kind of preemptively take out those elements that would normally be something that you would have to do yourself. So that said, guys who have been around, those of us who have been around for a while can always tell this underlying sound. You can't put your finger on it. Your ear can't really place it when it's something new. But something that is missing with a lot of these plugin companies is they are so quick to rush out the options. They're foregoing the overall dynamics, and their sound suffers as a result. Now, you could change that by putting in your own samples, but you're still putting in it to their sampler. And I know we didn't mess with that. We're just kind of getting a feel for what this Halo 2 business is all about, because we didn't even have Halo 1, and this wasn't even on the radar till it just popped up on Plugin Boutique all of a sudden. And so it's quite the presentation. 9 out of 10 it says it got. I don't know. I'd say overall I'd give it probably a 7 out of 10. For the cost to benefit ratio for $50, I don't know, I'd probably knock that score down to a 6. Just because it's just not up there, and I wanted it to be. I did. But, I get it. Is the plug-in drum and bass needed? Plug-in drum and bass needed? Well, I make a lot of drum and bass, and I didn't find anything in there that was more or less useful to drum and bass. I could say that as a plugin, all these options are great to have. These are all great, and I don't give it, take away. Obviously, we didn't have all these presets to go through. So there's a discrepancy there because we had the lite version, but we still had the ability to play with all this stuff over here. And just in the quality of sound department, we just got done with the stark contrast of Cherry Audio. And Cherry Audio is not the best, but they take significant time and consideration into developing their sound, not only as it's becoming as true to form to the replicated piece of gear that they're sampling the sound from, but they also take the time to make sure that everything is tightened up. And they have their signature sound, but it's a pleasant one. It's got warmth, analog warmth. Word to Weaver Beats on that. So, yeah, doing well, Creax. Getting to work on your track here. Full video walkthrough. Well, what the hell, right? We're not going to go through the whole thing, but, you know, we can play a little bit and see what the...
Hey guys, Dan from DC Breaks here. Welcome to this video. Today I'm going to take you through our new plugin called Halo. Halo is a rompler, a synth, and a sampler rolled into one. It's like a hybrid of those things, as well as having a load of filters, distortions, effects, and modulation capabilities, and over 300 presets, including leads, reeses, womps, pads, stabs, and effects. There's loads to get into,
See,
and I'm going to go through every single piece of functionality
it's not
Halo,
just...
as well as a load of the presets. So let's jump right in.
I like that. Still, that needs a saturator on it.
Okay, so let's open up our instance of Halo.
My bad, I'm
As
being...
you can see, Halo is divided into
I'm
lots
being
of panels.
picky-eared
Each
audio
panel
nerd.
contains a different aspect
bad,
of
y'all.
Halo's functionality.
Don't mean to shit in
In the
anybody's
middle, you
cereal
can
bowl.
see the preset browser, the kind of beating heart of the plugin. But every time you click on a panel, that center screen will change to reflect additional functionality associated with the panel that you have clicked. Let's have a quick run through of the panels, and then I'll come back and do everything in more detail after.
Yeah, I think we got the idea.
Okay, so let's start with the filter panel. There's a low pass, a notch.
Oh, that's cool.
And a high pass, and you can control the
See.
key values from the interface here. And each filter.
Now that's fun. Here, let's go to the thing. Look at this. Nope. Click it. Is it just goofing off? I guess it doesn't do what it says it does. I was trying to do it with my hands, but I don't know.
Has its own LFO.
Maybe it's just showing.
Preset it is, or
I thought it actually, so you could stretch it out with a
is
button.
controlled by an LFO.
Yeah.
I was really keen to include this functionality in the center panel. Getting distracted. So the last thing to...
Yeah, well, I think I got the idea here. Again, not to shit in anybody's cereal here, but meh. You know, you got some fierce competition out there, buddy. You know, so this is going to go for 100 eventually, is what it's going to go up to. And yeah, there is an overall sound to it. There's a sound, but like what he's going through here, these are the menus we work through daily. You know, all the other plugins that we use have these menus. You know, this Phantom over here has the menu as well, so it's like it's not a thing. Hold my beer, what is good? Show love, but I'm gas tired. Uh-oh, so you don't want to stick around for this next conversation, huh? because we're about to talk about Bruno. We're about to talk about Bruno. So, as far as Halo 2 goes, at $50, I don't know. Not when Pigments 4 is $50. Pigments 4 is way better as a sound design tool. It has a nice signature sound. Much love to you too. Yeah, and then you got the V9. So yeah, if anybody wants to kick in the dono, then we'll be more than happy. But other than that, screw all that crap. Links are in the description. Thank you, Champ Flexington, for letting us go through this. Destructo and myself had a conversation about this as well, and we were trying to figure out whether or not this would be something that's worth it. There's not really much as far as content goes out there. I wanted to see if it kind of matched up to what these other $50 synths are, or these other, that you could get Random Synth. So, bam. Bam. I want to keep these links. It's alright, though. I'm going to put these links in the description. How about that, Oscar Slap? I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts for. Okay. Okay, guys. So, speaking of Bruno... Dun, 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 dun. Let's wait till my fan shuts the hell up. It probably won't for very long. So as far as Halo 2 goes, it's a hard pass. I know we're limited on resources, but that's one of the reasons why it's a hard pass. We're limited on resources. You get 50 going right now. We're going to get Pigments 4. Better yet, Synth Collection 9. You gonna calm down there, fans? I don't think they're going to. I think old Speedy Drum Fingers over here is, was that Loop Pop? Was that Loop Pop's hand? That was his hand. You could tell by the plant. I don't know. So this was the big news today. My fan is not going to shut the hell up, so I'm just going to have to live through it. Just going to have to work through it. That's how it's got to be. The MPCX Special Edition. Kind of people on the fence about it. Okay, for one, all the people there trolling and saying that, yeah, there's no XL coming out. You know what we meant. This is exactly what we meant. We knew it was going to be this. Everybody gassing or wondering what the MPC XL was going to be, knew that it was going to be this. Knew that it was going to be this type of thing. So whether or not they call it the XL or the special edition, it is kind of what we thought here. A slight upgrade in a few things, but nothing really significant. But question is it worth the extra $300? $2,500 here, folks. Ding, ding, ding. It's got the color. It's funny because that's what everybody says is the biggest positive here is the color. It's like, what about the performance? Well, performance-wise, it has 2 extra gigs of RAM, which isn't that big of a deal, but it kind of is. Now, the thing about this MPC, really, and it coming out at the time that it did, this is long overdue, just because the MPC Live 2 and the MPC 1 seemingly outperformed the MPC-X. Maybe not quality-wise, but the firmwares have been updated and run a lot smoother. As far as I've heard, we don't have the difference to compare them. And in all fairness, me speaking on this, really, I'm not an MPC head here. We don't have any MPCs. We had the MPC Live 2 that was just sitting around here and not being used before that. Had some MPD pads, and before that had a MPC Touch. And the MPC Touch was the first MPC that I had actually owned. And, the MPCs, they've never been up there as far as the workflow that I've traditionally done. And before then, they were just out of my price range, so I couldn't get anything. But now, looking into it, it's like, So basically what they're doing with this is that they're bringing the MPC-X up to par and including the stuff that is in the MPC Key 61, which the MPC-X did not have prior to that. You would have to purchase and able to obtain. So now all of those come inside of this. All of them come with the MPC-X special edition. So, like I said, it's not really that big of a deal as far as performance-wise goes. A little bit more beefed up RAM. Has the effects and the stuff that you would normally have to pay for otherwise. Also, another justification for the raise in price as far as all that goes. See, it comes with all this stuff over here. And, quite a bit of stuff. And as it should. It's their flagship celebrating 35 years. Now, is this going to be it from Akai? It's pretty clear that this is not going to be it from Akai. However, is this going to be it as far as their flagship MPC-X goes? Probably for a little bit. So in this Jermaine Dupri video, just went out earlier today as well. If you look at the specs as far as this goes, they're pretty close together. I got Sweetwater pulled up and has the whole comparison as far as things go. There's just a little bit beefed up storage and a little bit beefed up RAM. And, just a couple things. Lou Pop pointed out 4 differences, I think it was. And, they're not really big differences, but they're the amount of differences you would need to call something a flagship. And it's just with the MPC-X being in its current rendition before the special edition, it just was falling behind. It was just falling behind the other MPCs. So performance-wise, they needed to beef it up, especially after releasing the MPC Key 61, because having all those instruments and everything on the keyboard and having the keyboard cost less than the MPC X here, it's kind of a huge difference in margin of quality and what you're getting, so that you're getting the keys plus all the extra instruments. So they needed to do this. They needed to include what they needed to, and people have been gunning for this color scheme for a minute. And like I said, out of all the things that are upgraded in this, there's not very much, but the thing that stands out to most people is the color. So good on Akai for giving people what they want. As far as the price range goes, they had to justify the extra storage. They had to justify the extra plugins and everything like that. I get why they did what they did, and no hate here as far as that goes, but no hate in general, because it's just a damn tool. Like, we don't really have passionate feelings. I know that personally, a lot of us do. If you go over here in the Discord, I put some of the videos that we had up here, starting with our hot-headed shill of a friend, DJ Av McCree, shilling for a Kai all day. But, good on him. He's finally got an MPCX, and he didn't have one before. And, he went through this, and, he's going to make good on this. And, one of the things keeping him away from the X, a big thing, was the color scheme. The size and scope as well. I don't know if he gets to keep this. I'm sure he does, as far as what things have worked out. But, no problem. There's some things that people would like to have more. But, I mean, there's also a difference on whether or not you're getting one sent to you and whether or not you're spending the $2,500, because $2,500 is quite the price tag, but it's not much difference from what it was before. Now, we also have this in the Discord over here, the Loop Pops here, which we always go for a complete in comparison. You could see here that he's got the MPC Live 2, he's got the MPC Key 61, and he's got the MPC 1, and he went through a thorough breakdown of the whole thing here, as I mentioned earlier. And then we also have King of Caesar, who doesn't have one yet. I wonder if he plans on getting one, but he had a nice video about it, and his take is indicative to a lot of people's take out there as far as their position and their thoughts on what they would want to see out of a new MPC. And then you have Accurate Beats over here, and he got one as well. And I am not finished watching his video. I haven't been able to ingest much YouTube today, but these 4 videos are only what is in our Discord here. As you guys could probably tell, there are videos all over the zeitgeist over here in YouTube land as far as that goes. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the new MPC? As far as my take on the whole thing goes, I'm waiting for these fans to get some shut the hell up in them real quick. Especially because I shut all that stuff down, so it should be like run smooth a little bit after that. But my glasses, oh, they look crooked over here. There you go. All right. As far as my take on the new MPC special edition, it was long overdue for sure for what they have. I don't know what they're limited to, but they're not just being pre-ordered right now. They're actually in stock at a lot of these places. And I think they just needed to get it up to par with the rest of the stuff that they're doing, especially after the MPC Key 61. And I think it's going to hold everybody over until the next thing that they're working on in development, which will probably be out in another year or two, whether it's going to be a flagship or another rendition of the MPC Key, whether or not they're going to add more keys, do a fully weighted 88 key or something like that. You never know with these sort of things. Some people do it under NDAs or whatever, and good on them, and more power to everybody else. For me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want it. We got rid of our MPC Live 2, and most of that was just because we were in a bind at that point, and it was a choice between that and the Phantom, and the Phantom still had our 300 plus projects in it, so we couldn't just get rid of all those projects, as much as I wanted to keep the MPC Live 2, but I also wanted them both in the one unit like the MPC Key 61. I didn't anticipate all the problems that the MP Key 61 has. It's not a whole bunch of problems. I know Ben Jordan got a defective unit and everything like that, but there are certain things about it that I would would prefer to wait until they ironed out some of these issues before I ended up getting one. And one of those things are the fluidity between playing the sampler, live sampling, and to the keys and all that other stuff, and having it not be separate entities, and a couple other minor things that are just me personally to the workflow. But one thing that we have 100% decided on is the Osmos. The Osmos is definitely going to be the next thing that is in the studio. It's just a matter of when. The pre-orders aren't even going to be fulfilled until the fall, so it's going to be around August, September, October for that to happen. So let me, I'm gonna cut this off, see if it helps, because these fans are just going nuts, probably because all this stuff going. So I'm gonna cut this off and see if it helps. No. See if it gets some shut the hell up in it now. It's going to go fast. It's going to go slow. There you go. And that's another thing about this Halo 2 business. The thing is too processor heavy for what it offers. It's almost gets to the point of like the sky dust just within those patches. Heavy patches aside, Anyways, yeah, as far as the news of the day goes with this whole MPC business, I feel that Akai really needed this. I feel that the MPC gang, I think that they really needed this as well. As far as the naysayers out there that are upset, that are mad about it, I get it. I get that you always want more as far as things go, and there's some things that a lot of users been waiting on for seemingly a long time, stuff that just may never happen with it, or may come the next time around. The thing is that these companies and the way that they operate, a lot of times they make us suspicious of the way that things are going to go, and kind of give us that extra contention when it comes to dealing with some of the features that are lacking that you've been wanting for a while. But as far as this one unit goes, it's only $300 more. It's the color that everybody wanted. It's a little beefed up in RAM. It's a little beefed up in storage space and everything. It has all their current plugins, operating system, and everything like that. The stuff that is in the MPC Key 61. So it's not something that you have to get extra like you would with the regular MPC X. And which means with the way that it operates, it's now going to be at the speed or up to par with the MPC Live 2. And yeah, one of those things. It needed to happen this way, and it's probably just something to keep users going until the next big thing. But Akai knows that their money to be made is not within the MPC X, because it's only a specific demographic who could even afford it when it comes down to it. So when you're talking $1,000 less than something that's portable, even though that's still a bit pricey to your average person, you could even use credit, make payments, or do something to be able to get up to it. It's a lot easier to achieve at $1,000 less than the flagship, which is also a big size as well. And then you got the MPC one that Akai didn't count on being as popular as it ended up, and now it's so popular that they're talking about doing an MPC 1 2. And speak of one of the man himself over here, King of Caesar. Yeah, definitely live here. How's it going? Yeah, we were just talking about this MPC business over here, and made reference to your video that we put on the Discord over here, and I was just giving my take on it, really. So yeah, it's interesting. Me personally, without having any MPCs here, I want it, but it's like a later on. I would like to pair it with the Osmos. It'd be nice after having the Osmos to get the MPC X Special Edition. I wouldn't want anything but that unless it was something better or beefed up or something like that. But also, you know, I've never had an X, and my Live 2 went unused because I was, you know, using this whole thing, and it was the choice. Which one's got to go? You know, the Phantom would have brought me more financial stability, but I had 300 plus projects in there I needed to take out. It was, you know, I couldn't just get rid of that for an empty MPC and start all over again, you know? So, yeah. I feel that it was necessary. I feel that they're giving most people what they needed, what they wanted most out of it, as far as the color scheme, which is, it's for me, it's kind of sad that like the most positive about it is the color, but that's what everybody's mentioning. But they needed to beef it up to where they have those plugins in that are in the MPC Key 61. It didn't make any sense that you have all those in there, but they don't come with the MPC X. As far as the other stuff goes, yeah, not a lot of big differences with the subtleties in the change and them classifying this as special edition. It is likely to me that this is just a holdover while they're working on something that is going to be another couple years down the road. I think this is just to kind of pacify the community, to bring their flagship up to par with the speed, like you were saying, with the MPC Live 2 outperforming the X, and now with the MPC Key 61 also outperforming the X as far as speed goes and stuff like that. You know, they needed to bring their flagship up to par. Is just another couple gigabytes of RAM and you know, just a slight bump up in storage gonna do it? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say as a non-user right now. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to use it. You know, I'm all for the tools, and I think with it being up to where it needs to be, and the color's cool, yeah, but secondary. I'm one of those weirdos that prefers the black. You know, I like to outfit all the studio stuff in black. I don't know why. You know, everybody likes the other stuff, but you know, the retro does look mad crispy. It looks great. You know, I like it. But are we really doing this for some color? You know, I mean, like, what are we talking here? Color's like the 10th thing on my list that I would want out of an MPC. You know what I mean? All the buttons light up anyway to multiple colors. So what are we talking here? You know? But, so my plan post Phantom was to give Native Instruments a try and do the Native Instruments controller along with the machine. And the thing that's kind of taking me out of my element with that is that after doing some research, it doesn't appear that I could comfortably use a Machine MK3 because it crashes a lot with Windows 11, which is what I'm using right now, and a lot of the updated hardware and software that is out there. So with the advent of the Osmos and the expressiveness in the keys, that is what I'm looking for more than anything. So my number one priority as far as gear goes is the Osmos, because even though it's only 49 keys, it's the expressiveness I need to affect the digital synthesizers that have really become like the forte of the channel. So I've always wanted that kind of expressiveness, and actually I was gonna get rid of the Phantom and do a Hydrosynth for the polyphonic aftertouch, because even the Phantom doesn't have polyphonic aftertouch. However, I still need a groove box, but not a groove box specifically. I just need pads and a sampler. I have Serato sample, you know, it's fine. I'll just use that within the DAW. It's okay. But I also need the feel of the pads better than just an MPD or some crap like that. You know, I need the right tool, you know, and it's either going to be machine or MPC, but first it's going to be the Osmo. So Osmo X is a beast. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they could have. Yeah. Getting all the sounds is definitely clutch. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Look better in person. Yeah. They're so big and they're so massive when you look at them, especially in the not the contrast, but the setting of a studio, and having that X in there just sitting on the table like that. It's just like, it's like a comfort, you know. You're just like, oh, you know, you feel good automatically. You walk into a studio and you see that sitting there, you automatically feel good about the studio you're in. You could be in the crummiest studio alive. You could be in the most ghetto apartment, whatever. You know, if you're going into a space and you got ripped up foam pads and all kinds of crap, and you're walking into some janky, if he's got an MPC X on the table, you're gonna be like, oh, this is cozy. Right up my alley. So yeah, I mean, it's quite the centerpiece for sure. Yeah, I just got into the synth stuff really. It wasn't just the Phantom that brought me there. It was also you know, making friends with the, you know, certain people like Destructo pushing me over the edge here. But yeah, I can't really say because I'm not NPC gang, so already I'm already on thin ice even talking about this shit as a content creator, you know what I mean? I've had my experience with NPCs, but they've been most recent, from the touch to the controllers, to the Live 2, that I didn't even make one beat on the Live 2, but that's because I got it when knee deep in the projects and all the other stuff. As a professional who's been doing this for a while, as far as production, recording, and all that other stuff, yeah, I might end up with it. I might end up with the X, but I wouldn't get the old X. As much as I would like to have it, I would rather get the X that is like up to par mechanically, that could perform, you know, up to par. And having that connected to the Osmos, connected to the DAW, would be native instruments. So I'm still in the deciding mode, you know, and which is funny because at the age of the channel being what it is, when it comes to a point to where I'm like, okay, here we go. Is it going to be a Kai or is it going to be Native Instruments? Which one am I going to be giving the next cycle to? Because that's what I do. I'm an equipment cycler. It keeps me out of being a gearhead. I've been a gearhead before, but not for production gear. For production gear, but for production gear in the studio. It's been all audio gear and stuff like that, which costs way more than keyboards and stuff like that. When you're talking about rack mount compressors and mic pre's and $5,000 microphones and stuff, yeah, you know, my microphone, you know, I buy 2 MPC-X special editions. That was just one of them. So it gets up there, and not to go down that rabbit hole, especially because, you know, can't right now, but as far as a marketing standpoint, I'm in a unique position for these guys as far as these companies go, for them to sway me either way. So word on the street is Native Instruments is on the verge of something new. They have to be, because their machine is not compatible with the new stuff, and doing an update to the firmware just isn't going to cut it. But you know, Akai's already there with it, so you know, it's gonna be a fight to the finish, and I'm gonna be there like, hey, where's the discount? Where's the discount at? Yeah, Destructo's been around. He's around all the time. He's probably lurking in here right now. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I was talking to him as recent as earlier today. We talked quite a bit, actually. Live, too. Yeah, I love it, It's just looking at warm audio. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they got some cooking. We all know it. Because you can't have this kind of fierce competition and just sit on the sidelines with nothing, especially because they already have their own users talking about it, and it's not just a pipe dream as far as that goes. But as you could see with the stuff that's going on here, we're starting to cross over into the sound design element and creating preset packs. So because we're there already and we're releasing albums and everything, within this quarter, all of these albums are going to be wrapped up except for the legacy albums and the longevity album. And other than those, it's going to be all production for the channel. So Osmos is definitely where it's going to be, but you're talking a couple months from now, I'm going to be in the market. I'm going to be in the market for an MPC or whatever Native Instruments has got cooking. And it's probably going to be right at the time where Native Instruments drops their ish. And I'm going to be like, which one? Which one's coming with me? And that's what it's going to be. And you know what? In all honesty about this whole thing, where's my thing? If you want me to be honest about this whole thing, granted, if they have the MPC X Special Edition in stock and what Native Instruments comes out with is so good, it's going to be a flip of the coin. I won't make a decision. I'm incapable of making decisions. I'm a Libra, goddammit. Like, I don't make decisions like that. I mean, I do. I take the time and do the research and everything, but it's hard. It's hard because people that have been on MPCs their entire lives swear by the pads in the machine. There he goes. Destructo! Yeah, and Destructo over here is kind of my guiding light here. He's a MPC, a regular MPC museum, that guy. So, I being measured in our approach here and having a good friend like him who's been involved with the channel since its inception, since the first day we went live, and knowing so much about one another, it's like I take his opinion serious, especially when it comes down to it, and yeah, right. Yo, the Gauntlet Man is here. I appreciate you guys for sure. Yeah, a couple months from now, so right now we're at 6 something or other as far as our subscribers go, so we're getting up there, and we're getting up there quick. It's just a matter of continuing on this path. But what I'm saying, regardless of the channel's position, in a couple months here, we're going to be in a position both fiscally and with this channel to make a serious decision here on what we're going to use along with this Osmos. And we have to wait until the fall to get the Osmos. If I were able to make a phone call tomorrow and be like, yo, put this Osmos on hold, I still wouldn't get it till September. So, Akai, Native Instruments, you got until then to wow me. I'm not married to either. I love MPC gang. Is there a machine gang? Most people I know that use Machine use MPC as well, an MPC gang. Is there a but yeah, and of course, you know, there's the unpredictability of the future and how things go. So you never know. And I didn't expect the Osmos, but at that price, I mean, it costs as much as an MPC Key 61. I would rather have a lack of sampler and a lack of pads in exchange for that expressiveness. So that's what we're doing, really. We're gonna do that and operate within the DAW and then decide. But man, I even told Destructo earlier. Man, oh man, that Osmos, that looks pretty sweet next to an MPC X Special Edition. Oh me, oh my. Thinking about those two workflows together, I wouldn't even need the DAW. I'd be able to go completely DAWless. I don't care if it's only 49 keys. If I plug the Osmos in the MPC X Special Edition, I could just have those two things and be like, I'll go DAWless. That would be my prerogative. But the more important thing is to have those tools, and the big thing are the Q-links, and that was the other thing. Those LEDs, right? They didn't have those on the other ones, right? Did they have the LEDs on the other MPC X, the black one? Get at me about that. You could see them better on that if they didn't have them, or if they did have them, you could see them better on the new one. That was the other thing then. Yes, they did. It's exactly the same. Yeah, you can't see them as much. Yo, the Osmos is crazy. It's like a full-on, the keys extend beyond the keyboard. So it's not just a key, it's a key. And with that, it has wiggle room at the bottom. So you could bend it and shape it up and down scale. And, you know, it's just really hands-on. It was it was one of the centerpieces at NAMM. But it was released before then. But still, people aren't getting them yet. I think some people did. Yeah, have an X sitting at the house. Yeah. Thanos ass motherfucker. Yo. Yeah. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested, and I wasn't really interested in the X. I didn't have any problem with it. It's just when it came out, it was too big for my liking. I'd much prefer a travel, like an MPC Live 2. But I don't know. You know, after having the Live 2 and being tethered to the studio the entire time, you know, I only took it out a few times and, you know, didn't do anything significant with it. But, yeah. I got some time. I got some time to be wowed, and nobody's trying to wow me because we're not a big enough channel, so I'm over here with my popcorn, you know, just secretly watching, you know, I mean, not so secretly, but like still, they ain't gonna give me one to sway my decision, you know. It's like I'm using real money, house money here that I don't have yet, so, so I need that. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Yeah, Destructo goes all out for the hoedown. So I don't know how much you heard if you've been lurking this whole time, Destructo, but yeah, it's a hard pass on the Halo. Going through it, I mean, it's not a hard pass. It's just Pigments is going for $50. The V Collection 9 is going for $50, marked down from 600. So whatever weird price they pull that under or whatever, yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it's up to par with a $100 plugin, marked down to $50. I think that they have kind of slipped in the sound department to beef up their GUI, and the interface is cool, and some of the sounds are pretty cool, but having that contrast with the Cherry Audio Mercury 6, it doesn't hold weight to that. And that thing was what, $50 when it came out, and that's just a synthesizer as is with what it is. So it's just head you going, TV headphones. Yeah, there you go. I thought I heard my name. He said my ears shot up like a dog. Yeah, it's funny because we were just going down the list of the stuff that we have in the Discord as far as the videos for the new MPC, and one of the videos that we posted up there were King of Caesar's video from earlier, and it was like a few minutes later he hopped in the chat. I'm like, hey, speak of the guy right there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's how it goes on here. I wasn't even active in the channel. I was in a lot of people's chats like a year before I even was active as a channel. And it's not that brought me out. It was just the timing of everything going the way that it did. But yeah, most of the people that I've been talking to and building relationships all this time are involved in the channel now, and yeah, the relationships just grow. Real recognizes real, and if you're just here to make the music, talk about the music, and just be genuine in your proclivities, it's like ain't nobody gonna hate on that, and if they do, they ain't crew. Everybody's got their own little cliques or whatever, but as far as music that unites us, our little cliques come together. We all come together under the house of music, and regardless on the personal circumstances or professional circumstances between people, for the most part, we're pretty inclusive and interactive with one another, and yeah, it's great. It's definitely, I'd rather have it that way and have the subscribers on the channel here be real people than just have a bunch of blind subscribers not knowing, one way or another. So yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. From where I'm sitting, you're the big timer and I'm the small time channel. You know what I mean? We're not at the 1,000 subscribers yet. We haven't even crossed that bridge yet, but yeah, we'll get there. I figured out a good formula and have a solid production schedule going. So that added to my regular music stuff as far as the activities go. It's just a matter of balancing all that out with the personal life and everything. So, for those who don't know, I got a 6-year-old over here is out here cussing at school. We just got a call from his teacher the second time he's going to school tomorrow. It's like, he didn't say the F word this time, but he said hell, and it freaked all the other kids out because they'll be saying stuff like that. And since we're all talking about little Tussin, got his test scores back, and this little boy genius is off to special school. So he's in the 99th percentile in the nation, and yeah, it is crazy, because now the opportunity for him is opening up. But he's a weirdo. He's a guy like us. He's a music man. He's a Maxon. He's he's got his own thing going, and because of that, he's seemingly an outcast at school at 6 years old. It's kind of sad, but he's like 6 going on 12, and yeah, Lil Tussin, we call him over here. It's funny, he woke up the other day, and while I was in the middle of recording a video, and I was like, oh, it's okay, I'll just edit it out, it's fine. And then he saw that I was recording. He's all, Lil Tussin in the house. This is like his voice is all raspy because he was just waking up. Man, the kid on his YouTube channel, he's going nuts. He's been recording video all day. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, God. I got, what was it? It was 333 videos earlier, so it's like 335 or 36 now. Getting up there. It's funny, these breaks that happen naturally aren't by choice. It's just something catching me in a bind, or personal thing or another. I end up missing a day or a week of live streaming because my internet or something like that, and it's like, it's crazy because it's so natural. It's like I never left, and still I appreciate all the new subscribers here. Yeah, join the Discord, because got a tight little crew in there, and yeah, I definitely appreciate the community for sure. Yeah, and that's the thing too, especially as musicians, we all know, growing up, a lot of us, especially in Gen X era, it's like we all know the fallacy at school, that it's just an indoctrination factory, and that if you're going to learn the right way. You're going to read books, you're going to educate your children, you're going to do what you're going to do beyond school. You're not going to leave it up to the school, because the school is only responsible for teaching you the content that they want to teach you, which is an absence of most of the stuff that is what shapes this world. So you miss out on the things that have made this. A lot of the stories, if you don't learn on your own, you miss, depending on, where you grow up at and what your education level. But musicians especially, we learn early age that school's BS, and that we don't need no education. Not that kind of education. We need education, not indoctrination, and that's the problem with our education system, especially here in America. We got it backwards, and I know it's because public school only began for the reasons it did, with the with the farming and all that other stuff, and too many people growing up not knowing stuff. But yeah, things have changed. He'll get through it. I dropped out when I was 16 years old, and I didn't go to college till I was 26, and I was already a professional, so that's why I homeschool. Next year it'll be 5 years. Yeah. And Lil Tussin's there. He does homeschool, but he's in hybrid, so he goes twice a week. He's going tomorrow, so he goes Mondays and Thursdays, and they're going to take him those Mondays and Thursdays, and one of the days, I think, or maybe it's both days, and they're going to take him for half of his class, and then he's going to go to a different school that is right next door, for his accelerated learning or whatever kind of thing they have for gifted kids or whatever. And I think that'll help a little bit, but he's too crass. He's got it, you know, and the more he's on YouTube, and we try to limit, you know, his stuff regardless, but we also want him to keep making his videos because that's what entertains him, and you know, that's what it's going to be for him growing up anyway. And you know, he's getting to learn audio production, operating his synthesizers in Cubasis, recording his vocals, and then putting them on top of his comics. And it's cool. It's a really cool thing. And watching him do this, it's like, yeah, he's too cool for school. He's going to have Cubasis mastered in a year and just be like, yeah, I know how to record and copy and paste and pitch bend and all this other stuff. You know, you know, I haven't even given Cubasis that much of attention, you know. Homeschool is definitely better, especially, you know, here. Especially here. You know, and that's another thing too. We live in an environment, the town that we live in is kind of like one of those towns that falls victim to this kind of senselessness that goes on. You know, kind of a halfway conservative town that's you know, on the verge of shifting in demographics. So there's a whole other set of demographics that are getting worked up about the change and the expansiveness of the region and stuff like that. And it's just more crime, more stuff going on, blah, 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 you know, kind of turning into a different type of town, you know. And yeah, we just got to kind of deal with it. Homeschool is definitely better. It's definitely better, especially when they could work at their own pace. My oldest is 22 and he graduated from he did his whole high school in the homeschool. So, and he did great, you know, fine, graduated with the rest of them. So it's all good. As far as this other stuff goes, no on Halo. Thank you, Oscar Slap, for letting us know about the pigments for $50 and the Arturia V Collection 9 for $50. Like, God, that's insane. So yeah, if anybody wants to throw in the plug-in donation pile, that's the only way we're going to end up getting it. I don't know how long these sales are going to go on for. I just know that it's a no on Halo. I appreciate Champ Flexington for hooking us up with the light, and it was enough. It was enough to affect right away, and especially having the contrast next to the Cherry Audio, it's a definite pass. It's a definite pass. And even if we don't catch this Arturia sale, pigments will be on sale again for $50, 2 more times before the end of the year, at the very least. Oh, the FX collection is also $50. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. The FX collection. So Arturia pigments, you know, that's not the news here. The news is the V Collection 9 and the FX Collection Arturia, $50. The FX Collection is normally what, $350, and the V Collection is $600 normally. When it goes on sale, it's at half price. You know, it's still $300. So that is quite the steal. So if anybody needs those and need to grab them up, do so for sure. Yeah, night shifter for sure. Yeah, West Coast. I'd probably be a night shifter anyway still. If I were on the East Coast or the Midwest or whatever, it'd probably still be the same thing. But yeah, it's barely what is it here? 1:51. 1:51 a.m. The night is young. But yeah, we've been on Rail Music Industry Standard Time here for the past few months here, to where yeah, we're getting up in the late afternoon, early evening, and you know, staying up until, you know, the middle of the day, then taking a little nap during that time, kind of like you do when you're on tour. You know, real music industry standard time. So right now it's kind of like lunchtime. No, I'm in Washington over here. So same time zone as California. Yeah, the drive to Nam would have been 16 hours, so it's quite the distance from the Southwest. You know, grew up in Phoenix, but yeah, we up here for now. But yep, Octuator, what is good? We're just signing off here pretty soon. So yeah, I appreciate you for sure. Yeah, we're just gonna continue going on this. I'll probably edit down the Akai talk after it goes through, just to kind of speak on it. You know, man, I'll tell you one thing. The guys in the marketing definitely got it, but I think they were a lot more measured in the approach, because I think that Akai really lost their butts on the MPC-X. I think they produced a lot more than they were able to sell, underestimating the amount of people that, even if they did have the money, were measured in their approach. Shout out to the homie. Because it paid off. The special edition paid off to all those who waited, who were like, I'll just take the Live 2 for now. I'll wait on the MPC-X. You know, getting it now wouldn't be problematic. You know, it wouldn't be lacking as much as the other one, you know, so it's still, you know, not to say the other one's like lacking or like a bad tool or anything like that. So no, there's that. That's a part of it, the gun legislation here. Yeah, because here in Washington, they just, yep, they're getting all California here. You know, Washington State has this thing of attempting to be the most progressive state in the country, so they try to be first at a lot of things. They gutted this universal basic income program that they already had through the legislator, and so they're not going to do it right now. They're still going to do it, but that was a pilot program. But yeah, I'm pretty close to Portland over here, so I'm in like Proud Boys territory, you know, which is like kind of the antithesis of what most of the town feels and thinks. But we still got these guys everywhere waving their freaking flags and everything like that. I don't know if you saw my "Tell It to the Mountain" song, but yeah, that's where I stand at the whole thing. Talk about some spicy content. Whew, man, I got shadow banned for that one. Surprised they didn't take my channel over it. Jesus, I didn't even cuss in it. I didn't even cuss in this song just because I used a bunch of footage from that day. You know what I mean? All right, look at that. I just got the thing from the Retro King edition. Nice. I just got the notice from IMSite. Yeah, so I think that's going to about wrap it up here. I know it was kind of a lazy day with Akai stepping in here, you know, and Bolo being like, oh, there's not going to be an X. You know what we meant. You know, I think a lot of them didn't know and just were approached at the last minute like, okay, we're going to send you it now, you know, and had no idea, you know, how quickly it was going to come, and figure it out then. It's just like, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm down with it. Oh no, it's all good. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I know that, you know, they say, you know, especially when it comes to our industry, when it comes to stuff, is a couple of things that you don't talk about are religion and politics. But there's something to be said about that when it comes down to music, because traditionally, especially in hip hop, it has always been political by nature. So, you know, to say, hey, you know, don't talk about don't talk about politics, you know, and I'm just gonna play the very beginning part of it. They say don't talk about politics, but you know, you got somebody like me who was raised on, you know, Public Enemy and stuff like that. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. NDAs, you know. That's funny. And, you know, it's funny because I'm used to navigating through friends of mine that have NDAs going. So, like, I don't know. Like, I poke the bear, like, yo. Not to try to get information, to just catch them slipping. But, yeah, looks like with our friend Bolo over here, it was a deflection thing over here. But, yeah, so this is my spicy content. So if you go into my videos, you could search it all the way down as a music video. But yeah, I won't play the whole thing, but it's just this is the beginning of it right here. Yeah. So you can kind of see where that's going. Yeah, that video got it got banned. It got banned. So you got to know it's there and go down in the videos and seek it out. You know, it is a dope song for sure. Yeah, Champ Flexitin came through. The song is the way that it came together is crazy because it was a beat that I was working on. I was staying in a hotel room. I had Lil Tussin with me, and then I started singing this chorus, "Tell to the mountain," and then Lil Tussin started singing it, "Tell to the mountain," and like we started singing it too. I was like, oh, let's make a song. So we made the song, going through it, and it's just as relevant as ever, but I shelved the song. It was I didn't do anything with it. It just needed more to it. I made it in Logic Pro 9, I think it was, and dope beat and everything, but it just needed more, and I didn't have more, and I just set it aside. Fast forward to the YouTube days, which is now, I was like thinking about it as I was going through my songs, and then Champ Flexington over here has been jamming out on the guitar, you know, live, and we already worked together on a little bit, but I was like, yo, he'd be perfect for this over here. And then I was like, you know, it would also be perfect to harmonize over it would be Bam Vox over here. So those two just really made that song, and it was right after the January 6th thing happened. I was like, this is perfect. So then I put it out there right when the election was happening this last time around, and after the it was around that time, and yeah, by then January 6th happened. I had all this video, and yeah, just made it into a thing, and tried to make it work over here on YouTube. I posted it directly responding to some of these politicians on Twitter. So like they would say something stupid on Twitter, and then I'd respond with that video. It goes straight to the video. Yo, tell it to the mountain. Jump. I think I posted to Don Jr. He said something. I was like, tell it to the mountain. It's just a link to the song. Yeah, but yeah, they took it. It's there and it's up. It's visible, but yeah, it's never gonna see the light of day as far as that. Yeah, for sure. Hey, there's no politics, just discuss alternative rap. Yeah, you know. And it's funny because going through all this, it's like you can't not bring this stuff up, you know. Hip hop especially, but music itself is a reflection of our environment, and you know, we talking about this kind of thing and these kinds of things are what helps us express ourselves musically. So we got to fight through the pain and talk about all of it, because if we don't and we suppress any of that, then we're really suppressing our own creative talent, and then kind of shortchanging our capabilities moving forward, because we're limiting ourselves and putting ourselves in this box of thinking to where we can't say this or we can't say that, but in the end, you do that, you start thinking about that for a while, or thinking that way for a while. You get used to the routine of suppressing your own creativity without even thinking about it. And before you know it, you're making music that's dumbed down and made for the lack of color. It's just that color there is what we all need. We need to see it all. Nobody wants to listen to black and white music. We want all the colors of the rainbow in it. You know what I mean? I know it's kind of a bad analogy, or not bad analogy, but whatever. The stream is over. Anyways, no on the Halo 2, everybody. Go get you some, if you don't have it already, Pigments 4 while you still can at $50, or the other Arturia stuff in the future here. Yeah, we got a whole sea of content, and I think the next thing to go will be, I don't know, I'm not going to say, because we still got to edit down our auto-tune video, and which we're going through. So that should be an interesting one for everybody. And yeah. Oh, Octowator didn't know. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on, Octowator. I got you, man. Since I already let the cat out of the bag, I'm gonna let's see. Okay, where are we at? Yo. Okay, so open a new tab and do history, and now this is like the insane deal that Oscar Slap found, and yeah, it was only supposed to be amongst friends. Yo, it ain't just this. You think this is a deal? This is the normal deal that it normally goes for when it's on sale. You get 75% off, yeah. But here, look at this. $50 for the V Collection 9. What? What's the other one? Arturia FX. And the FX bundle. Psh. What? All this Arturia stuff? And you want me to get Halo for $50? I don't know. And while we're at it, look at, this is what we have in the thing over here. We put it in the, it's on the third tab over here. The plugin donation. We put Halo 2 over here, which I'm going to take off. And we put the Pigments over here that was $50. So, yeah. We got a whopping $4 on it. So, it's Pro Audio Star is the website here. So yeah, our man's and them been out here fishing for deals, and boy oh boy did he find them. Don't get much better than that, folks. And on that note, Make sure you like, subscribe, join the Discord, get you some Mercury 6 sound pack, our first ever preset pack. The links are in the description, and yeah, gonna keep this train moving, and appreciate all your love and support going through all this. Unfortunately, it's a no on the Halo, but it may be a yes on the MPCX Special Edition. Not anytime soon. Let's get that straight here. We are not getting one piece of gear we're not paying for until we get the Osmos. The Osmos is the very next. However, these digital playgrounds here, yeah, we'll piss in all of it. Let's go. My bad, terrible analogy. Love y'all, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next time. Peace out.